And hello everybody, and we are back with more Dungeons and Dragons.
Dungeons and Dragons?
Where we last left off, our party has returned
Dungeons.
to the Duragar outpost near Kelvin's Cane, or Karn, or whatever the hell that word is called, and has gone about and cleared most of this area with the exception of one bunker, one pathway straight out in front of the drawbridge, where they noticed a trap, and before going about and figuring out that trap, have been trying to fit Sebastian with a set of dwarven scale mail, and they have been struggling.
We're not great, fellas. None of us know how to put heavy armor on something that it doesn't quite fit.
I know. Yeah, it's like, I know how to put heavy armor on. It's just that this heavy armor does not fit so bad.
I love the idea that a whole time Nessa's like, God, I wish Slayer was here. He'd know what to do.
He would probably reforge the damn armor, is what he would do. I cannot reforge armor.
Yeah, it would take him like a couple hours. He'd bust it out in a couple hours during a short rest.
I have also given the party a sled, which is represented by this doggo.
Yay!
So now the party can go about and store their materials on the sled rather than having it in their pockets. And if this sled were to go missing, we now have a record of what they lost.
Can we drag the items from our sheets to the dog's?
Yes, but you need to then delete what you delete it from your sheet.
Okay, good to know. Good to know.
I mean, Valk scienced that a little bit last night or last week.
Did you ever figure out the weight thing?
Yes, it's based on tonnage.
Mm.
So, I just have an item on there that is just,
Whoops.
spare weight that just cannot be used.
Okay.
But, what would y'all like
I have
to...
questions.
I may have answers.
I have questions mainly for X-Men.
Don't worry, you didn't see anything.
You didn't see that.
It's gone.
Although I've forgotten what the question is, so I need to write it down again.
I remember what that question is. Or at least I remember the context of the question.
I have to scroll up to read it, but anyways. Continue.
Alright. So, I would say after... With both of your guys' fails on trying to fit Sebastian with this armor, I would say it's going to take you about an extra half an hour to get him loosely fitted. It does not look pretty, but it gets the job mostly done. So let me give this homeboy some armor.
Thank you.
Which,
So,
funny enough, doesn't actually do anything for his AC.
does it not?
Well, because he had leather armor with +3, and scale mail is 14. For now, he looks more of a threat.
It didn't decrease his AC though, right?
It did not. He is at the same AC.
Well, that's good at the very least.
X, if you're speaking, can't hear you.
I'm not talking.
Kind of like when I got plate mail.
Okay, your icon was bopping, so I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
Do we want to test this track now?
Also, how long does Detect Magic last for? Just because I don't remember offhand.
Detect magic lasts for
10 minutes.
1 hour.
Your concentration is
Yeah.
gone. That's right. It's a ritual for 10 minutes, isn't it?
No.
I thought it was an hour.
Duration 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah, it is. It is 10 minutes. It is not.
Oh, I have locate object, not detect magic. That makes sense.
So
It is an innate ability of mine.
yeah, but it's still was requiring the last thing. So at this point, because of the time it's taken, the three idiots down next to the sled to fit Sebastian,
It is gone.
it is gone.
Hey, I resemble that remark.
I know you resemble that remark, so I said it.
I'm just gonna go on the assumption that you meant to make that mistake.
It's the joke. Okay,
I'm
Val.
regularly reminded by
It
my
is, it's-
child that I don't have a sense of humor. I don't need reminding everywhere else.
Well, sorry.
It's something that X said, and I have it on my soundboard, and now it's funny to us when I say it.
All right, so do the three of you next to the sled want to go up to Valk?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over to Valk too. Sorry, I'm still looking for that question because I can't find it anymore.
I can remind you what it is after stream.
Because I want to read that again.
Again, I don't remember what you had it as verbatim, but I can at least give you the idea of what it was.
I just can't find it in our old messages. I don't know where I put it.
So, after 30 minutes there, oh yeah, the rest of the party comes walks up into this room where you've just been standing here patiently waiting for them.
So, how do you guys want to figure this out? Celeste,
At
I
this
think
point,
I
I
think
just
you
want
said,
to send Sebastian into the room in case something happens when that happens.
shall we have two of us go in and two of us stay out?
That might be useful. I imagine I could still cast magic through the bars, so send the two melee people in. So in case it does get hairy, at the very least they can help.
I want to get mad at you, but that's a good idea.
I don't know if any of my magic would be useful in this situation.
Although, one second, I think I might have a spell for the situation. I'm gonna just look through my spells and go, yes, I have Thunder Step, so if we do get locked in there, I can get us out. Or two of us out. Me and one other.
I could probably brute force my way out if I really needed to.
Yeah, I could I think I could get myself out. I don't know if I could be of any help on this side, so who wants to go in?
Well, I say Sebastian should be one of the people who goes in. Just, because he's a bit expendable and all.
Sebastian is not expendable, Celeste.
How dare you say that about our boy?
He's not even the only one named Sebastian.
But he's the
Fine,
best
then we'll call him
Sebastian.
Sebi.
I like that. Yes.
No, that's the one that my father keeps in his closet.
Your father does what now?
What? What?
Let's not read too much into it. I don't know what my father does with his creations.
We
Shall-
could call him Bastion.
Actually, I feel as if that needs a con save from you.
Honestly, fair enough. As I realize what they're saying.
feel
All
like
right,
we,
I'll let you. That'll pass.
I feel like we need to have a psychic damage.
That was what the concept was.
That's what the Kansei was for.
Shall Sebastian and I go in?
Sounds good to me. Worst comes to worst, I can get me and Essa in there to help you.
It's Sebastian.
Does sound like a good plan.
Last time I was in this room, I noticed that there were slits on the ceiling. Right, Helly?
Yep.
So I'm going to stand in the what looks to be that doorway area. I want you to pull the lever, but try to stand between the slits, if that makes sense.
Helly, the holes in the ceiling were basically where bars would come down to lock these doorways down, right?
That's what you could assume, is that they're 3 metal poles
Or-
that are located roughly here, 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 and mirrored on the other slot.
Oh, okay. So I missed that part in my notes. I just wrote slits in the ceiling, so I was like, oh, this is Raiders of the Lost Ark-esque, so, you know,
Oh,
arrows or some shit coming down at us.
Honestly, that's a brilliant idea. I should add that to my list of dangerous traps. Anyways, continuing. Sebastian, go into the room. He's just gonna walk into the room.
And nothing happens when you guys enter the room.
Alright. Sebastian, go look at that lever, and if you see something that could be a trap, don't pull it.
I
I'm
need
gonna walk over here.
to roll a save for this man's intelligence. Just all
You
right.
can follow simple orders, and it was a simple enough order.
I just need to see if this man was gonna pull this lever without thinking.
That's fair. Perception of 8.
He sees a lever.
He's got a good perception check. He rolled so low. Talia, do you want to check for traps too, in case Sebastian doesn't catch it, or he's definitely seen the trap if there is a trap here. There's
Yeah.
no trap.
I'll check for traps.
Man is
Perception roll.
Yep, man is so good at looking for traps. He's definitely zeroing on that lever.
Yeah, that lever looks completely untrapped.
Okay.
Well, I rolled a nat 20, so...
Okay, with a nat 20, where you are currently standing, you see a open door that leads to a desk. It kind of looks like an office space, and you can see the lever next to Sebastian.
Wait, it's open?
Yes, this door right here, which you can't see, which you can see through Sebastian, but you can't see as a player, is open.
Stop. Val.
I can't lock the door open.
The door's still open and the lever does something. So Sebastian's just standing next to the lever. I'm gonna flip it on now.
So you said there is a desk in here?
Yes. For Valk, let me give
I'll
this.
rifle through the desk.
Let me give you a quick read here. A stone-carved bed and desk occupy this drab room. Atop the desk are several shards of a dark crystal, as well as crumpled up pieces of paper and a burlap sack draped over an object that emits a colored glow that shifts from blue to green to red.
Alright, do I recognize the stone at all?
With the stone, are you talking about the crystal? The shards of dark crystal, or the glowing object?
The shards of dark crystal.
Roll me
Guys, I'm gonna be
Arcana.
right back. My dog is barking at me to let him outside.
Oh, good day.
I'll be back.
9.
9. It's a dark crystal. Kind of hard.
Alright, I want to scoop all of those up and just throw them in my pouch.
Okay.
Talia, have you found anything? Is everything all right in there? Sebastian turns and just gives us a thumbs up.
Give me a minute. I want to look some more into this. If you want to come in and check this out with me, you might recognize some of this stuff better than I do.
All right, but I'm gonna just honestly get all the way there. Come on, Nessa, let's go inside.
I'll pull Daly to here just because she's currently away.
I'm gonna hand Celeste one of the pieces of dark crystal and ask her.
I am back. I can hear.
Do you
Welcome back.
recognize these? I don't recognize them.
This is the crystal they were talking about, right? The shuttle.
It could be.
Okay, I'm gonna make a check then, an Arcana check, because there's not a lot of possibilities for magical crystal. 14.
Definitely fits some characteristics of Chardolin.
Sorry, I'm gonna step away for a second again. My dog is barking to be let back in after I just immediately put him outside.
Welcome to Doggo.
Yeah.
My dog is more like a cat. You let him out the door and he immediately wants back in.
Is it raining?
She's gone.
Raining.
No, perfectly sunny day. Perfectly sunny day out there.
I want to smooth out the papers to see if they have anything written on them.
Okay.
Well, I'm pretty sure this is Charlotte.
Do you know Dwarvish?
Yes.
Okay. On one of the crumpled up pieces of notes, you find the following message. Brother, you will find me in the Frozen Ferry in East Haven. From this new base, the search for Chardolin continues. Long may our fathers reign over this dark land. Druth.
What's it say, love?
Can you post that in the...
I was just getting to it.
I'm just imagining you read it out loud, and I'm like...
Yeah, I just also want a copy of it.
Throwing it into the Icewind chat, just so you got it.
So it says, brother, you will find me on the Frozen Ferry in East Haven. Weren't we just in East Haven?
Yes, on a frozen ferry, yes.
From this new base, the search for Chardolin continues. Long may our father reign over this dark land. Druth.
I am no longer sure that this is Charlotte.
Oh, okay. Nevertheless, we should keep hold of it.
If I could get some kind of pearl, about, I don't know, valued somewhere between, 1 second while I read the spell component cost.
Going back to voice activity. Sorry if you hear
about
one
100
dog in the
gold,
background.
I would be able to identify this more accurately, but I don't really have one of those. Probably should have asked my father for one of his pearl earrings.
I will, Hallie. I'll put the pages in the pouch with the thing, with the crystal shards. And last but not least, time to look under what the hell this glowing.
Burlap sack.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm assuming you're going to lift up the burlap.
Yes.
Inside of the burlap or underneath is a magical lantern.
Oh look, it's the lantern we were looking for.
The lights are shifting from blue to green to red, and in that cycle.
Can I tell anything about this magical lantern, or just the fact that it shifts colors?
Just that it's shifting colors.
There's nothing written on it or anything.
Nope.
I think that's the lantern.
No, it
we were
belongs
sent
to someone.
for. Did we ever find
Yeah.
a sign? Any signage here?
Not that I remember.
Ellie,
Well-
did we find a sign anywhere in here?
No.
Well, I guess I'll wrap it back up in the burlap and put it in the pouch with the other things.
And we didn't find a sign in the ferry either, did we?
Nope.
Well, we haven't been able to find the sign that we're supposed to be here to find. Man, we looked everywhere. But we did find some of it. And there weren't any, like, Ellie, there weren't any, like, scraps of wood or anything around here, right?
None that you could find. None that you stumbled across.
Alright, well, let's leave, I guess. Well, that's a loose thread that upsets me. That's a loose thread that upsets me. But yeah, let's get all this stuff back to the cart, and we've got the goats hooked up to the sled with the iron bars, so
Damn.
we
Time
can
to
at
haul
least get
stuff.
that back to town. Honestly, I think we could probably find someone to buy these iron bars without having to take them all the way where they're supposed to go.
Probably.
Helly, you said that the lantern shifts red, blue.
Red,
was the
blue,
color?
green. It's an RGB light.
Hey, weird question, but do I notice anything that comes to light under the different colors of the lantern?
What do you mean?
Like invisible ink, that sort of thing.
Yeah, something like, oh, it needs to have the right color shown on it to show up. Or like shadow, or the shadows are played with weirdly because of the colors, colored light.
As you shine around the room, you're not seeing anything that looks any different than it would if you shine, other than it just being the color of the light shined upon it. No hidden ink, no weird shadows, just congratulations, this wall is now red to blue to green.
What about by the lever?
Nothing on the lever. You wish to pull the lever?
Yeah, I'm gonna wrap up
Lever.
the lantern so that you can't see the shine anymore and stow it in my bag.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll pull the lever. I'll do the stupid thing.
All right, as you pull the lever, a series of 6 bars shoot from the floor and ceiling, separating the 2 rooms here.
Cool. Anything else?
That's it.
Talia, are you alright?
I did a stupid thing, but I'm fine.
Alright.
I think
What stupid thing in particular?
Do you
Well-
retract if you put the lever back in the original position?
yeah. Can I put the lever back into its previous position?
Yep, and the bars go away.
So
Literally just a door. Okay.
I think that was a what's the term? Like a bunker room?
Oh, a panic room. My father has 3 of those.
Does he need 3?
3.
Well, he has one
Three?
in his office, one in the living room, and one in the basement.
I'm surprised there isn't one in his like bedroom or something.
I don't go in his bedroom. Wasn't allowed.
There could be. He could have 4.
Maybe. He might have more. You just only ever showed me the 3.
That's a wine cellar.
I know that like my childhood was unconventional, but I'm very much questioning yours.
I was raised by an egomaniacal wizard at the top of his game who could only ever be better than every other wizard that he ever talked to. So of course my childhood was very strange.
And you still study magic?
I mean, it was either study magic or become an artificer to spite him. And I actually enjoy magic. And by the way, he's very, very supportive of my magic abilities, and he's very kind. He didn't push me into it, he just, made it easier in some ways.
I want to give Sebastian a side eye.
Sebastian's just gonna look back at you.
I was chased out of my village once I reached adulthood, so.
Why does everyone have tragic backstories?
No, it was.
Even in my last group, I had a perfectly normal childhood.
I wouldn't say it was tragic. I was the runt of the group, and I couldn't help.
Wait, you're the runt?
Yeah.
How big are you?
Talia, that's the definition of trash.
Well, not really. It was just kind of what you did. I couldn't help support the rest of the family, so I had to go and make my own way. Once I made my own way, I would be welcome back. I just chose not to go back. And this was like 30 some odd years ago. I'm far over it.
Honestly, that sounds...
How old are you?
I'm 50.
You look quite nice for 50.
Relatively young for my species still.
Oh, right. Longer lived species gets to have to forget.
Well, I don't.
Honestly, I have the hardest time seeing age. My father's at least a millennia old, and I still can't tell how old he is.
I wouldn't say like
My
we're that
parents are
long
like-
lived. I just.
My parents are like 50. Maybe not
Haven't.
even that. I don't know. How old is my mom? And then Mess is gonna do math on her fingers real quick. She's 45!
Your mom had you when she was very young.
Yes. Is that normal?
Honestly, I'm not sure who my parents actually are. My father always likes to joke that he made me in an accident. It's an accidental experiment. Which actually may be true now that I think about it more deeply. It seemed like a joke at the time.
Ness is just sitting there with a look of existential dread on her face when she realizes that, like, everyone she interacts with seems to have very, very unusual lives, and hers is so mundane.
Do you have a maternal figure in your life?
Maternal
Sebastian.
figure? I mean, there was sort of a revolving door of maternal figures if we think about all of the nannies I had.
Oh, okay. So your father actually got someone pregnant, right? You weren't like a test tube?
As far as I do not know. Honestly, I don't even have the same. I don't have the same skin tone. I'm not even certain that I'm the same species as him. And I mean,
Did
he
he?
has made sophisticated constructs in the past, but I don't think he actually created me. I think I think he found me and took pity on me.
Did he
I don't
steal
know.
a child?
Honestly, I wouldn't put it past him.
Okay.
But you know, he's been generally a really kind and supportive and wonderful father, and
If he kidnapped you, that erases anything else from that list.
look, I don't think that he would actually kidnap children. He would probably, if he were to do anything of that sort, he'd just go adopt children from an orphanage.
And I found multiple children left abandoned in the woods before. Well, it
See, it's not
happens.
that strict.
He could have legitimately just found you.
I don't
So
know. He
goddamn
doesn't
glad
really
I
talk
grew
about
up in
it much.
Oakhurst with both of my parents. Very
There was a
child.
little girl that I found. Oh, the poor little thing. I'm terrified of what she was. Her parents got rid of her because she was a changeling. The poor
I know
little
a couple
thing.
of changelings. They're actually
That
quite
is so
wonderful people
fucking
when you get to
sad.
know them.
Yeah,
I
she
mean,
was
one
a
of my
sweet
best
child.
friends is a changeling.
Oh,
She was
right,
a
the
sweet
one-
child, but her parents.
Yeah, the one who almost died. The one who actually did die. But he's alive now.
Yeah, she was a sweet thing, but from what I could gather, I would guess it was probably some sort of mix-up at birth situation. Her parents brought home what they thought was their child, actually brought home a changeling, and then figured it out and were appalled, so off she went. She was real young, too.
That's awful. I
That's
don't think I'm a
absolutely
changeling.
awful.
If I was a changeling, I'd be able to change my form, right?
Yeah, you would have figured it
Kelly.
out by now.
Ellie, I'm gonna try to change my form. Like just like focusing and thinking and like trying to
I mean,
focus
how
on
would you not know? How would you not intrinsically know what, like,
I mean, if
race
you've
you
always
are?
had the same form and were never told that you had this ability, I guess it's possible that you wouldn't know.
Actually, now that I think about it, my father definitely would have told me if I was a changeling.
Nessa's looking down at her own hands, and I'm like, and she's like, I'm like almost like 99% sure I'm human. Could I be something else?
I can just imagine Daly just trying to just grunting and just concentrating really hard. Just,
You know, and that's
No.
ask
She's
Celeste.
gonna throw her head back to the side and be like, Dionysus, you better not keep secrets from me, man.
not to sound weird, and like I feel like this is rude, but what is your race, Celeste?
I'm human. I'm pretty sure I'm human. It's always been human as far as I know. Just a bit on the short side sometimes.
Yeah, like my dad. Dad's short.
Yeah,
Shorter
we're
than my
all a little
mom.
short.
I would like.
I'm
you
not
to
short,
make
I'm average
a-
height, thank you.
I would. Ellie, can I make a quick history check to see if I remember something? Dad may have told me?
sure. I
'Cause
also
I have something in mind, but it would require me to remember something from my very early childhood.
that's fair. I also would need a perception check from you guys here in when you get a moment.
I just love the idea of getting like a side eye when Sally is like, we're all a little short.
Yeah, I don't remember anything really.
18.
Okay. Thalia, you hear the sound of what almost sounds like blink magic from outside.
Blink magic?
Blink magic.
There's something outside.
Enunciate that?
Do you want me to enunciate that?
Yes, enunciate again, please.
Blink.
Okay. So, some kind of teleportation.
Yes.
I
Oh dear.
guys, I think we have company.
Oh lord, what kind of company?
I don't know, but someone I think just got here.
Well, let's go to the door. I'm gonna go to the door and look outside.
All right.
Like, yeah, have the. I'm gonna
Hey.
follow. I didn't mean to step on that. Sorry.
Let me.
Blink magic.
I don't have a good image for this because, you know, I prepare things ahead as, you know, one does.
Very good. I'm so proud of you.
Focus, focus, the Saturn is gone.
You know, I'm just gonna use this as a placeholder.
Placeholder
Oh,
McDonald.
that is very large. Does not need to be that large. There we go.
It's a small dog.
Outside here, you see a small border collie standing on a sign.
On a sign?
On a
Wait,
sign.
you said blink magic. You said blink magic. Is this a blink dog?
Helly. It's a border collie?
Yes.
Just standing on a. Okay. I'm gonna just, like, slowly approach. I'm gonna look around. Do I see anything else around?
Is this the totally normal dog?
Underneath the sign, you see what, strangely enough, looks like burn marks on snow peeking out from underneath the sign.
I'm gonna roll an Arcana check real quick.
Go ahead.
Because that's some magic shit. My god fucking damn my roll.
I can't help that.
The whole day.
Could I roll an Arcana check?
You can try.
Fucking 10 is my highest today.
Don't worry, Daly knows even less.
I know even less.
But it is magic. Like, I can at least tell.
You can tell that it is magic. You just don't. You just like, what? How is snow burnt?
I'm just gonna, like, very slowly approach the dog. And I'm gonna look at this. I'm gonna just look him over for a minute and then look down at the sign. Does the sign look like it's the sign we've been looking for?
Yes.
Did you?
This dog is just looking at you, just sitting on the sign, wagging its tail.
I'm gonna very
think I know
slowly
exactly
put
what
out my
kind of dog
hand a
this
little bit. You know, like when you kind of like want to, if the dog wants to be pet.
The dog sniffs your hand for a moment and then drops 3 coins in it from its
What
mouth.
kind of coins?
They look gold, but don't have a standard stamping on them.
Oh, thank you. You have. Does he have a collar on or a name tag?
Nope.
I feel stupid trying to talk to a dog. Well, you're a very sweet boy. Where's your master?
It just lets out a bark.
Okay. Unfortunately, I do not speak animals. Talia, do you speak with animals? I know that's magic that can be learned. I just don't know if you know it.
Do I? I do not.
No animals? Okay.
No.
I would ask Nessa, but Nessa, you wouldn't. I mean, very long shot here. You don't speak to animals, do you?
If I could, that donkey and I would be having words.
I am very concerned by that sentence. But
I'm concerned what donkey you're talking about.
The one that I was tossed over the back of for the entire first campaign anytime I was late.
That's fair.
I'm gonna just like turn back to dog. Is this for us? Is the sign for us too?
It's gonna bark again, and then I need you to make a dex or strength-based check. Or acrobatics or strength-based check for me. Actually, no, I'm gonna hit a button to request this.
So athletics or acrobatics?
Yes, I'm going to request this. Which one do you want to use?
I would prefer acrobatics because my athletics is really quite bad. Not that my acrobatics is that much better, but...
Okay, and...
between a positive and a negative modifier.
Well, you rolled poor, but you did still win. As this dog does try to jump at you, but you just jump out of the way.
Is he attacking me or just trying to give me licks on my face?
Just trying to give you licks on the face. There is no hostility with this dog. It just...
Okay. Sebastian is going to take it as a little bit of a hostility and draw his sword before I start petting the dog and giving it and hugging it. And like, ladies, I think he's very friendly. He's trying to lick my face. I do not want him to lick my face.
And Nessa's gonna come help. Come help handle the dog. Hey boy! Hey buddy! Hey down! Yeah, down buddy! Off lady! Please!
Sebastian sheathes his sword.
With the 11, with you telling it, it down, it's just gonna sit in the snow.
Okay, so this is not a perfectly ordinary dog.
I'm fairly certain it understands common speech. Or he I kind of look under the dog. I'm pretty sure he understands common speech.
Is it a he or is it a she?
It is a he.
Do we know? It is a he?
Yes.
Where do you think he came from?
I have no
Because
idea.
he got the
Talia,
sign we were looking for.
Talia, do you know this dog? Does he ring any bells? Look any familiar to you?
He doesn't, but he seems to be such a sweet little thing.
I say we bring
I
him
want
with
to
us.
pat his head and ruffle his ears.
Uh,
My favorite thing to do with dogs is ruffle their ears.
if you wish to do so, you may. The dog does not fight.
He's a very
Does the
friendly
dog seem happy with it?
Yes.
That's the question. Beautiful.
Is he like a regular colored border collie, just like a totally normal border collie?
He definitely looks like a normal border collie.
Interesting. Well, Sebastian, will you pick up the sign, please, and bring it back to the cart? And he is just going to sheath his sword, sensing that this dog is a good sweet boy that deserves nothing but love, and is going to take the sign and bring it back to the cart.
Once the dog sees the sign getting taken to the cart, it's going to let out a bark to you, start to run away before it seems to disappear, leaving a strange circle on the ground, burnt into the snow.
Aww,
Okay, now I want to look at
puppy,
that
you
circle.
could have joined our pack.
Okay.
Does this look like a spell circle, Helmy?
Sort of.
Sort of?
It definitely has the lookings of a circle rune. Definitely has that formation.
Can I get any information off of it? Like, is it clear in the snow, or is it like super fuzzy and kind of not?
I mean, it's in the snow, so it's a little foggy. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being clear, it's like a 3.
Oh, okay. Can I make an Arcana check to see if I recognize the rune?
Go ahead. Hey!
25. Finally, I rolled higher than a 10. It's an 18 plus 7. Perfect.
So now the next question is, do you know Elvish?
Actually, I think that is one of my languages. Let me check. Yes,
Alright.
Draconic and Elvish.
Okay. You notice that,
Oh, I do know. I know Elvish. I know Elvish. Cool.
well, looking at the runes, they're actually elven symbols that just spell Hadlin in a circle just all the way around it.
Hadlin?
Haldan. Haldan.
Like that was the name.
It definitely sounds like an elven name.
Is it an elven name I remember?
Nah,
Is there real history for that?
I mean, you can roll history, but it's not a name you're familiar with, unless you can roll a nat 20. You might know something.
Well,
Hey.
I've been to a Delvin village, so I don't know. Maybe it's an elf I've run across. I don't know. Don't remember when I
Well-
remember Bella and Delilah.
It just says Hadlin, which is an Elvish name. Does the Elvish name have any meaning, like in Elvish? Because I know sometimes Elvish names have like. meaning as well.
It does. I need to remember what that name is. I did pick it for a reason. I just don't remember what it means offhand.
He's a very strange dog. But he brought us this. Oh, what about those coins? He brought us coins. I'm gonna search through my pockets to pull the coin out and start looking them over.
Okay. The coins are slightly thicker than a normal gold coin, and on one side has the symbol of an asymmetrical star, and the other is a lute.
I feel like that's something we should specifically know.
Do I recognize this currency from like a history book or something? Would this be something I would have studied, or like a coin that my father brought back at some point?
I would say you could roll religion on it to see if you know those symbols.
I will definitely do that. I'll take religion for my first religion check, and I rolled a fucking 3 plus 5. God damn. 8.
Hey,
Let me roll religion here. I'm a paladin. I should have good rolls. Nope.
Nope. I
Nope.
have never seen a coin like this before. Have you, Nessa?
This loot symbol seems semi-familiar, but I don't know what the fuck it's supposed to mean.
Talia, you've ever seen one of these before?
okay. I've found the meaning of the name after much researching.
Do I recognize it for a 13?
I will answer you in just a second, though. I got this information. I just found. Hadlin means watchdog or warrior.
Oh, the dog's there.
And with a 13, I will give you the star symbol. Give me just a moment to re-pull up that one, because I had it written down but lost the notes on there, because that's just my luck. That's an easy one for me to re-find.
Whose dog is this? Showing up with weird magic kind of coins and
So you know that the one was that the loot symbol is actually with how it's laid out, is an elven symbol for Malira, Arlalin. And I'll throw that into the Discord just because names are weird.
Tarlem. Lyra Tarlem. Who's that?
I don't know.
With the 13, I will also give Valk that is the elven god of knowledge, life, and trickery.
Ominous. Talia, are you telling us this as you're hearing it?
Yes, I'm relaying all of that I remember of this.
Bring in Valk outside. Be part of the conversation.
Part of the conversation. Yeah, did we just get a favor from a god that doesn't belong to any of us?
I mean,
I'm starting to think we got a favor from a god that none of us worship. Dionysus can't do shit for me, but this unknown god is just like, yeah, we're gonna help.
Do you worship a god?
Yeah, Dionysus. My patron. We have a
You
church for him back in Oakhurst. It's a wine town.
And what?
Knowledge, life, trickery.
Well, I mean, we don't worship her, but if I had to hazard a guess, I'm knowledge, Talia's life, and Nessa's trickery.
How the hell am I trickery?
No, that makes sense.
Yeah, see? It's...
How? Literally how?
In a way, our party kind of manifests her domain, so maybe she just kind of likes what we're doing?
Maybe, or she's as upset about this as the rest of us?
I mean, I would imagine
Maybe.
she would be upset about someone trying to darken the sun. But why the elven goddess? None of us are elven. Or sylvan, as far... But, I mean, you have sylvan blood, right, Talia?
I fucked an elf once.
Remind me what Sylvan is?
Elvish or Feywild in nature.
I mean, kind of. We're closer related to, like, giants.
Now,
But
let's circle back. Nessa, you said you what? Was this the same elf or a different elf?
Same elf. There's only been the one elf.
Alright, I'm keeping notes.
I don't.
Keeping notes of what?
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
I don't think her.
Nessa's gonna walk away and hide behind Talia now because she's kind of a little bit terrified of Celesta in this moment.
I don't believe that Nessa's promiscuity is relevant.
What promiscuity? I've only slept with one dame!
You're right. It's completely irrelevant how promiscuous she's been. I apologize. As for the
I'm not
goddess,
promiscuous!
we should look into the goddess later, after, later in our journey. Find someone who might know something about her.
That's a good idea.
Hey, Helly.
Yeah.
Can I burn an offering to her?
mean, you can. I won't stop you.
Yeah. I'm gonna. Are there any like stones or anything, or is everything too buried under the snow?
Yeah, there's a lot of snow here.
Yeah.
Lots of snow.
I'm gonna go off to the side and build kind of like a bowl of out of the snow. Light some tinder with my tinder box. I'm gonna burn a full day's ration, and send up a prayer to this goddess in thanks for her assistance.
Okay.
While she's doing that, Celesta's gonna look at this coin because if it's a coin from a goddess, it's gotta have some sort of magic to it. So I'm gonna try and see if there's magic on this coin.
Okay. Are you gonna try another Arcana?
It's either that or I could just cast Detect Magic.
I'll leave it up to you.
I'm going to ritual cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
Which takes
10
how long to
minutes.
ritual cast? Take 10 minutes.
I think that's ritual cast time.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend 10 minutes ritual casting Detect Magic.
Okay.
Actually, I can't reach ritual cast Identify without the pearl, right?
Correct. You do need the pearl.
Then I am going to use Detect Magic because it's the next best thing. Any magic on these?
They are magical. You are you are detecting divination.
Fascinating. Ladies, these coins are magic.
Well, that makes sense. What type of
They
magic?
have
Kind of
some
magic.
sort of divination to them. And there's 3 of them and 3 of us, so I figure each of us should have one.
Oh, Helly!
Definitely a blessing.
I just caught on. Is this what I think it is?
Maybe. I cannot confirm or deny.
You like to share with class?
No. I know it. I know what this is. Cool way of implementing it. I like it.
I like giving my party funny things.
Yeah.
And in interesting ways of doing it.
I can't remember exactly what they do, but I do know what this is now. Well,
Fine.
you want to drop them into our inventories, Helly?
I've not actually made them up as items in the system yet.
Oh.
Because that wasn't. I rolled the dice while you guys were chatting here, and they hit the proc. So I did it now.
Oh, cool. What are we dealing with?
Well, until you guys actually figure out what their purposes are, or you're able to identify them, you have divination gold coins.
I just put it as magical gold coin in my inventory.
Because right now, you guys haven't been able to identify what they are, so you don't know what it does. You just know that it's divination.
Oh, that's fascinating.
I don't think that's how you spell divination, but close enough.
No, that looks right.
All right. And I think at this point, Sebastian has secured the sign to the wagon.
Alright, let's head out. Who's going to ride the wagon with the goats? Should we have Sebastian do it?
It bit me. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, they didn't really like me either.
That's it is.
Or
I don't even know how to drive a car, so
Neither do I. So we need Sebastian to drive the car.
well, Sebastian has to drive one, Nessa the other. So I think we've solved that. So Sebastian will drive the dogs, and Nessa will drive the goats, and we'll just form a little bit of a
Come on, goaties. Let's go, man.
caravan. We'll just form a bit of a caravan.
All right. So where are y'all going?
Caracon.
East
Yeah,
Haven,
Caracon,
right? Wasn't
Isn't
East
Caracon
Haven?
where they were missing the stuff?
I thought it was
Haven's
East
the-
Haven where they were missing this stuff.
Nope. The sign and lantern were stolen from Seer Koenig.
Okay, then yeah, Sarah Koenig. And we can probably unload all of this iron there too. Someone will take it.
And if we can't, then we can drag it with us back to the Black Irons, who owe us money for it anyways.
Yeah.
All right. And it is about a 2-hour trip from the outpost here back to the outskirts of Seer Koenig.
Alright.
Okay.
Do 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 do.
This has been a very long couple of days.
Zoo.
And I imagine it's dark when we get there, right?
Yeah, because it's still been the same day since you guys have gotten your new toys. This did not update its profile. I will worry about that later. But, yeah, because you guys have gotten your new toys, ventured out to the Dwarven Valley, handled the goblins, went back to the base, handled that, and now you're back here. So it's been 6 hours, probably.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's definitely twilight time, at least. You guys would be entering town from over here.
Want to go across. Also, for some reason, our cart is no longer.
As I just said, I didn't update its photo. I will worry about that later.
Did I not write this down? Or was it further back than I remember?
You're talking about your note?
Yeah.
I don't think you ever messaged me the note. We just talked about it verbally.
No, I mean the notes in my notes for the missions here. I guess I never wrote this down.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if you're talking about the note that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Alright, so... back in town with 2 goats, a sign, and a lantern.
And it's only been 3 days in game, even though it's been like 3 years in real life, even though it hasn't actually been that long. So we would remember where all these things go, right?
Yes. It's actually been like 2 days.
Yeah. I love the idea. We roll up into town. They've been trying to figure this out for weeks. And we roll up into town, disappear, and then 2 days later we show up with everything. Hey, we figured it out.
And we would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you meddling kids.
And our dumb dogs, too.
Yep.
And Sebastian.
Right.
So,
We're gonna go from the closest place to us to the furthest place to us and start dropping stuff off.
So, I'm trying to remember because it has been a while in real life. I don't believe you guys have been told where the goats were from, but you do know where the sign.
They told us it came from someone, but I can't remember who it was. Like, they did tell us that someone was missing goats.
Okay, if we did say this, and it was from the adventurer store,
Oh yeah, that's right.
the Frozen Far Expectations or Expeditions. And I couldn't remember if that was actually stated or not because it has been a while.
It was like an offhanded comment when we got our dogs.
Yeah.
Okay, so closest one would be up here to the Far Frozen Expeditions.
Okay. We're as we roll up, once we pull into the park, Celestia's just gonna walk in to the front desk.
Ah,
Hello.
welcome back there, adventurers.
Yes. We found a couple of goats that I believe may be yours.
Goats? We were missing a few. Hopefully they're not prime for the stew.
I mean, they pulled a cart all the way here, so they're still capable of doing their job at the very least.
Alright. He's gonna hop out from behind the counter and walk on outside.
Ness is outside petting the goats.
I'm going to follow the man.
Yeah, I'll go with Celeste.
Taking a quick
So
look for things real quick.
Goats? Are you sure of that?
Hey, goes about and looks him over. Yeah, it looks like our goat's there. Been gone for a few days, but nice to see whatever taken him hasn't eaten him.
Well, yet. We managed to get there before it ate them. I'm pretty sure that the undead ogre there would have eaten them, if not the Duragar.
A Duragar, you say?
Yes, they have this irritating ability to grow larger and or turn invisible and or mess with your mind. It's been very fun.
That sounds horrible.
There were a few
Yeah,
of them,
well.
actually.
A few, you say?
Yes,
Yeah.
there were. Well,
Like
there
three?
are only 3 of them that we know of that survived. So that's good at least. We did kill at least half a dozen to a dozen of them.
Okay. So we have an invisible threat that can become gigantic, and we don't know where they are.
Yes, and they also have magic that forces you to attack your allies.
I hate it here.
Good number of them, though.
It's Icewind Dale. How is this any different from an average Tuesday?
It doesn't mean I have to like Tuesdays.
You know what? That's entirely fair. I understand. And we said
Also, we don't have Tuesdays here.
Thursday, whatever the fuck it's called. Shut the fuck up, Harry.
Well, no, this place actually works on a 10-day week rather than a 7-day week.
Actually, what's
sounds
the
gross.
equivalent of Tuesday then?
I imagine that it translated from my brain to what their Tuesday is, their equivalent of a Tuesday, a day that's not the worst day of the week, but certainly the second worst.
Well, let me go inside
idea
and get
of
you
a-
some money for these goats here.
How would
Alright,
a 10-day work week work?
It's not a 10-day work week. We take 2 days off every week.
After a minute, he comes back
That
out
sounds awful.
he comes back out and hands you
Then
5
again,
gold.
We don't actually ever.
Thank you very much. 5 gold.
Yep.
I'm gonna pocket that immediately.
I mean, to be fair, a goat's typically worth about 1 gold, so
Yeah, it's good money.
he's paying you for
I'm
the
not gonna
service.
haggle. Yeah, he said 5. You said 5 gold. And I'm like, that's almost exactly what I would have asked him for 2 goats that we found.
You know, it's like I read your mind.
Perfect. Thank you very much. And now we have to deliver a sign and a glowing lantern.
Ah, you found the lantern. Sure, there'll be.
Yes, we did. It was amongst the Durgar. As for the sign, here's the question that you may or may not know the answer to. Have you ever seen a border collie around here? You know those dogs with the black and white fur, and they're very good at fetching things and herding sheep?
I can't say that I've seen a border collie around these parts. Seems a bit too cold for one of them around here, but what do I know?
My first instinct when I first saw it, but now I'm not so sure. Anyways, thank you very much for the gold and for being so hospitable to us. We have other deliveries to make.
I'm sure Allie will love to get her lantern back.
I hope she will. And
Your,
we're
ne-
gonna go to
your next stop is here or here. They're about the same distance.
flash those again. I wasn't looking at the full map. There or there. What do you guys think? Should we end this up at the tavern so we give them their sign back and then go to bed?
Yeah, that sounds like a good
Sounds
idea.
good.
Yeah, then let's go wherever the lantern goes next. Well, Talia, since you found it, I think it's only fair that you go in and bring it back. I'll come with you if you want.
Sure.
Okay. I'm gonna join Talia in the store. And remind me, Helly, this is like a general store or like a special item store or something?
This is another bar.
Oh, just a bar, or do they also do bed and breakfast?
It's an inn.
Okay. Is the sign place an inn?
Yes, that is also an inn.
Yeah, it's the hook, line, and sinker. It's where I beat the.
Oh yeah,
originally
we have
beat
to
the
go
dwarf
back
in the
there.
drinking
We
contest.
have to go back there. Daly has to prove herself again.
As you walk in, you do notice an older gentleman who is I can't find what race he is because I'm forgetting things. You notice the Silver Dragonborn just snapping away in an armchair.
This is the man who was supposed to find this stuff, right?
He was going about trying to find it for a while. You also found him drunk on his ass out in
Yeah.
some snow.
He does
We
great
found
work.
him in a pile of snow, covered in snow, because he'd been there so long, drunk off his ass.
Sounds about right. I'm gonna walk up behind him and just stand there for a minute while Talia goes over and gives the lantern to people who it's supposed to go to.
Okay. Inside, you see 2 young human women going about, and one cleaning and one manning a kind of check-in station.
Talia is just gonna pull out the lantern out of her bag.
Oh, you found our lantern. Thank heavens. Where on earth was it?
It was at a Durgar or a keep with some Duragard in it.
Duragar? I don't know much about those.
They grow larger. They can cast
Nasty
magic. They
beasts.
can turn invisible. They're basically evil dwarves, honestly.
Those sound horrible.
Yeah, keep your eye out. There are 3 that are unaccounted for.
You want me to keep my eye out for something invisible?
Well, they're not
Like
always
steps in the
invisible.
snow.
It's more. Okay, so these creatures can turn invisible at will, but they're not invisible by nature. The problem with them is they have very a very loose morality. They can change their size at will, and they can also cast magic on you to make you attack your ally. So keep your eye out to keep yourself safe.
I love that we're literally spreading terrorism in this town about what Duragar are. We're gonna get in trouble. I can't wait.
Well, I thank you for the news.
Sure,
If you can just
sure are.
hold still for just a minute, and this younger lady just quickly runs into the back rooms.
I'm gonna take the butt of my pen and jab it really hard into the kidneys of the Dragonborn in front of me.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm just waking him up.
Does a 14 hit?
I should have cast Mage Armor. Yes, it is.
Okay, you jab your pen into his hip, and he just hits you just square in the shoulder for hitting him.
Are you
Fair.
awake now?
Yes, you could have. You didn't have to stab me.
Well, you never know. Drunkards are very difficult to wake up. I've had lots of experience. Anyways, we
So
found
you
that
jump
you were
to
looking-
stabbing.
I did not stab you. It was the butt end of my pen. It didn't even hurt, I bet.
It just gives you a glare.
I am trying very hard not to
Hey, Helen.
wince at my shoulder, like it didn't even hit me.
Yes, Valk.
Never mind.
Okay. Well, what can I do for you that you've waken me up for?
You know the lantern you were looking for,
Yes.
and the 2 goats.
The goats the expeditions were missing. Yes. Did you find anything about them?
And the sign?
Yep. The hook, line, sinker is out of their 3rd sign, I think it was. The guy just holds his head like he's hungover.
And there wasn't anything else that was missing, right?
Nothing that's been reported to me.
Fantastic. We found all of it in a very strange fortress up by Kelvin's Care. Turns out there were a bunch of Duragar there. Do you know what a Duragar is?
Let me think here. You gotta get them brain juices going.
He's literally rubbing his temples.
Yes, you woke his ass up from his nap. His name sounds familiar, but I couldn't tell you what they are.
Well, the
Nasty beasts.
essentially
Yes,
corrupted
they are.
dwarven individuals who have the ability to grow larger or smaller if they so choose. They can also turn invisible and mind control people into attacking their allies. So maybe you should really look into that as the speaker of this town. And just keep in mind we killed all but 3 of them. The last 3 got away because they're very shifty and crafty.
3 creatures that can go invisible and become giants.
Yes. Possibly.
Are you sure I'm not in a nightmare?
Oh, if you're not in a nightmare, if you were in a nightmare, I would have cast Fireball on you.
He just walks away. I'm too drunk for this. I'm too sober for this. I need a beer.
I do believe that you do owe us something for this.
The girls will take care of you. And as he walks into the back room, the younger of the 2 girls walks out with a tray filled to the brim with flagons of ale and 4 room keys.
Perfect.
We're staying here tonight, I guess.
I'm perfectly fine with staying here tonight.
I've had Thalia passes her flagon of ale over to Sebastian.
He holds it as he's wont to do it.
Yep. Hold it steady.
I'm
By the
going
way,
to bed.
I am role-playing this as though Sebastian was outside taking care of the dogs while I was getting hit. That way he's not mad at the Dragonborn.
I'm off to bed. Good night.
Alright. We still have to deliver. Okay, and there she goes.
You still have something else to deliver? I can
Bye.
take care of it for you.
Oh, it's the sign. It's out on our cart.
Oh, I'll go get a hold of them right now. We'll go take care of that sign for you. You guys relax, drink, be merry.
I'm gonna look over at Talia and Ness. I mean, like, do you want to go to the drinking contest with me?
I'm sure. You know how I like to drink. And I was going to either drink this or I was drinking other alcohol. And she's going to down the entire flagon and put it down on the counter and be like, all right, let's go.
No, when I said that there was a tray filled to the brim with flagons, there's like 10 flagons of ale on this tray.
Oh, I just took the one. I just took the one. I had the one.
Ellie, are there any other patrons here?
There's about 3 or 4.
I'm gonna bring one to each person and say, "This one's on me. This one's on me."
And they're gonna take the glass and they're just gonna hold up in a cheers to you.
Fantastic. I will drink one of the flagons of ale with Nessa as she has already chugged hers. So if she wants to drink, that would leave us with like 4 more flagons.
Yeah, I think I can only have the one. If I'm gonna win that drinking contest, I need to already not be drunk.
All right. I'll just have one of these. You can you can keep those for after in case we're still drinking afterwards, right?
Hey, we'll keep them on reserve for you.
Thank you so very much.
I can't imagine warm ale is any good.
Depends on the ale. And if it's a spiced ale or not. Spiced ale is really good hot.
Also, bold of you to assume things are warm here.
That is fair. What's room temp here? Like -10?
Room temperature is 6 degrees above freezing.
Yeah, unless you're next to the fire.
Then it's 10 degrees above freezing. Actually, inside it's pretty warm, but I imagine that kitchen is cold as fuck, dude.
I know, the kitchen's probably the warmest place.
Yeah, I was gonna say the kitchen would be the warmest place in the building, that or the basement.
But they also do have... I imagine they have a larder that's literally just got vents on the backside of it that's cold as hell. They got a freezer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would either be the kitchen or the basement that's the warmest because of how insulating. Actually, I can't imagine it would be crazy. Snow is extremely insulating. You only get snow when it's on the warmer side of below freezing. Once it gets like real freezing, you don't get snow.
Which
No,
means it
just
snows when
effing
it's
cold.
warm here, and then when it's cold, it hails.
Or doesn't even do that.
It's just cold.
It's
It's
you just get
literally
sheets of ice.
dry cold.
We deal with that in the winter where I live. It sucks.
I'm gonna turn to
I
Sebastian.
prefer
and say,
the snow days
"Sebastian,
because it is a little bit warmer on snow days. Otherwise, it's just dry, bitter, cold days.
Yeah, deep freezes are the worst.
I'm gonna
Any
turn to
case.
Sebastian, and say, Sebastian, tell my father that I love him, but that I need my privacy for now. And go watch and go help Talia. Go stand outside Talia's door or something.
He just gives you a look.
Okay.
I need to make a roll.
As
Is she planning for a fade to black moment?
No.
Sebastian, giving you a look, does go stand outside of the room that Thalia went to.
as Celesta walks away, when Nessa's sure that she can't see, she's gonna look at Sebastian and she's gonna kind of do like that whole like eye, like pointing at my eye.
I see you.
It's more of like, hey, you know, that was between us, okay? It was between us.
No, it wasn't.
But like communicating that through like
Sign.
gestures and eye contact.
Yeah, I see
And
you.
a little bit of Nan Steve skin.
Little sign language.
And then it's gonna chase after Celesta.
Ba-ba-da-ba.
I imagine Nessa is carrying the sign with us.
Yes.
All right. As
Hold the door open for Nessa so she doesn't have to put the sign down to open the door.
as you guys enter into the tavern with the sign in tow, you guys get immediately a tankard just held out to you.
I take my tankard.
Ah, welcome back. Ah, what's this you got here? Look, at one of our signs.
Yes, we found your sign.
know
and
which
the
one.
People who were stealing it.
Yeah, we got a sign.
Yeah, we
Wonderful.
found the one. Oh, speaking of which, you wouldn't happen to have ever seen a border collie, would you?
No.
Smart dogs, herd sheep, doesn't ring a bell?
Nope.
Interesting. Well, we did find one of your signs. I imagine they used the other ones for kindling. Be on the lookout for Durgar. They're like dwarves, but darker and creepier and genuinely scarier. They grow and shrink with size, and they can turn invisible occasionally, and also occasionally force you to kill your friends. I'm
That's
saying
why
this
everyone
with
thought
a
they were ghosts.
porcelain smile on my face the whole time.
Interesting. I will get that sign put up in the morning and maybe see if we can find some way to reinforce that, those chain links there.
Honestly, I would suggest looking into magic reinforcement. You can reinforce just about any kind of metal with magic. If you need
Yeah, like some
specialist,
sort of lock
maybe
spell.
we can put you in touch with
Like
them.
Well, you see, most people around here that use magic are the, strange adventuring type like you.
I'll take that as a compliment.
This man holds out a tankard to Nessa and tries to take the sign with the other hand.
Alright. I'm gonna hand over the sign, and I'm gonna take the tankard.
He's gonna go pop outside and just lean the sign up against the side of the building.
It's gonna be gone in the morning. I'm calling it now. That is a sign that is perfect for stealing. The minute it entered this zip code, every rogue in the entire area was pinged and said, new thing to steal. That or someone's gonna graffiti it. We're a little early for the drinking contest, right?
You have about another hour until the drinking contest, but have fun. Get some food. You've earned it.
Thank you. I am going to order a sandwich, whatever kind of sandwich they got.
They got a nice tilapia.
A nice tilapia sandwich, deep
Yep.
fried.
Deep.
A nice tilapia. Tilapia is literally the cheapest fucking fish.
It was the first fish that came to my mind.
Actually, they would probably have
'Cause I
sturgeon.
ate it the other
It's like
day.
a sturgeon steak. It's like a surgeon steak sandwich.
As you go about and order something, they do say, bring that sign. Oh, we can get you the most expensive thing on the menu on the house. How's that sound?
I would love to try it.
All right. They look over to you, Dale, over to Nessa.
I'll have whatever she's having.
All right.
Not like Nessa wasn't paying attention because Nessa was busy.
You just hear this Varky just yell, 2 gold bags.
2 gold bags. Actually, could we make it 3? We have a compatriot who needed to rest. She got a little wounded in our adventure.
Make it a 3rd.
Thank you very much, dear. That way Talia can have some. I know she likes food. She just doesn't often voice it.
Good call.
She really
Good call.
enjoyed that fruit leather we got. We'll have to find her some more.
Agreed.
So I'm going to pick a table with 2 chairs that is like one of those tables that's like a little like a bistro table along one of the walls. I'm gonna go sit at that.
All right, I will follow. I'm sipping on
And
my
then we're just-
alcohol because I'm preparing for the drinking contest.
I am going to sip my ale in awkward silence. Occasionally looking over to Nessa. I imagine I have to make a constitution save at this point.
Yeah, make con save.
That
All right, you're good.
saving throw. I'm not proficient in it, never mind.
Hey, you got an 18. You got a 16. You're fine.
Fair enough. Occasionally I'm gonna sip and then like look at I'm just gonna be like kind of half staring, but anytime she looks at me I'm gonna look away at Nessa.
You look like you want to say something over there.
No,
gonna
I just-
keep quiet till the drinking contest, or
No, I'm waiting for the food. It sounds delicious.
okay. Nessa's gonna like turn, but she's gonna like look out of the corner of her eyes, just watching.
I am
Glances
like
away
avoiding eye
glances
contact.
away for a second.
As you look away, I just like kind of look at you, and then you look back at me, and I kind of like hide in my mug of ale.
No, seriously though, like, there's something you want to say to me?
It's just weird because you've met my father, and
He was a pretty
he
cool dude.
seems to be- I mean, that's what people tell me.
Then
I don't know. You've talked a little bit about what your past is like and how you had great parents and all, and I don't know, wondered what that was like.
I mean, pretty normal to the extent of things. At least that's what I think. Dad worked in the fields. My mom made the wine. They were good to me. Dad thought it was a little weird. I wanted to join the militia, but Mom wouldn't let him say anything bad about it. And then I went off to have adventures, and my mom was like, "Go for it." They worry over me. I mean, any parent's gonna worry over their children when they're not at home, but I know they love me and I know they support me, even though Nan didn't always like see it that way. Even though I told her that my parents were supportive, Nan was a little weird. We're all pretty sure Nan was senile.
I'm pretty certain that she's a menace to society. Everything I hear about her.
She was a spy at one point. All of her stories tended to lead to soft pornography.
Soft.
The best way to describe. I don't know how to describe it. We had to shut up Dan fairly often, so the children, and more importantly, Matthias and I, wouldn't have to hear it.
Sounds wonderful.
It was fun though. Even with all the weirdness, it was fun.
So I know that I've been a little bit weird about this topic, but like, have you ever? I don't know. I mean, you mentioned an elf, but have you ever like? Is there anyone else that you? I'm just curious, you know, because I'm just trying to get to know you, and
No, there wasn't anyone else. I mean, I spent all my time with the militia guys, so there really wasn't any opportunity. I wasn't into any of them. They definitely were not into me. I was too much of a bro.
Interesting.
Got bro zoned. Not like I like guys anyway. Guys are weird.
I agree. Do you have any questions for me? I know I ask a lot of questions. It doesn't.
I'm an open book.
Oh. Yeah, I can tell. I like that about you.
But I am curious as to what ended your last adventure. Why I found you alone at Orthodox Tavern.
Well, my last adventuring group, we went all over this area. We did a lot of odd jobs, you know, finding people who got lost, hunting down Yeti sightings, fighting the occasional kobold or dragon, kobold or goblins. Once or twice we saw a Yeti, but we never really fought one. And then, I don't know, one
Wonder
day
if
we
Yetis.
kind of, most of the party retired to kind of move on to other ventures and make their own path, and then it was just me and Tonya.
And as you say, Tonya, the waitress comes by with 2 very large plates of knucklehead bass fillets and 3 different sides on the plates.
Oh my lord, that's a lot of food. Oh, it smells very
Nessa's
good.
eyes are gonna do the anime glittery thing when food is sliced down.
I know you said a third. You also said they weren't here with you, so we got in a to-go box when you want to leave with it.
Thank you very much, darling. We'll
Beautiful.
swing by and grab it after the sinker.
Alright. Have fun, you 2 lovebirds. And she just walks away.
Okay, fair enough.
It's the running joke. joke
sense.
now. Kind of funny.
I mean,
Kinda
it is
funny.
kind of
As
funny.
Nessa
It
looks
is-
away, her face is red, and she's remembering everything she told Sebastian.
And Celeste is kind of like turning a little bit red. Is like, it is a funny joke, and then starts to eat the food quietly, completely derailed from her train of thought about Tanya.
Same.
And this
Seems like
knucklehead
bullshit
trout
food
is some of
eating
the
now.
best fish you've had.
Nice and savory, lots of flavor, lots of spices in it.
Oh yeah.
Served with a really damn good coleslaw, and then like a sea grape salad.
You got coleslaw, you got a salad, and you've got some winter potatoes.
Ooh. Nice and cheesy, I imagine.
Yep.
Oh yeah, good food.
There's a reason why it's called the money bag.
Yeah.
No, also no, this plate is bigger than Talia's head.
It's bigger than Talia's chest, I imagine. Like it's like a banquet plate. This is like the Thanksgiving plates that you get out for Thanksgiving.
Yes.
It's the only reason you have them. They're so big, and then you use them for Thanksgiving. Because when else are you gonna eat all the food in the world?
When you order the golden bag. Or the gold bag.
Exactly. Celeste is gonna eat like 2 fillets before like kind of like stopping and realizing she can't eat any more of this food. Wow, that's very filling. It's very good though.
Delicious.
I,
I think
I
this
just,
might. I think this might rival my mom's best dish. Damn. Can't ever tell her that though.
I promise I won't, if I ever get the chance to meet her.
If you ever get the chance to meet her, she'll probably bake you a pie. That seems to be what she does for all visitors. She makes good
Sounds
pie.
lovely. I do love pie. Don't get it very often get a chance to eat pie. Not a lot of pies up this far north. Except for fish pie, and there is a good place for fish pie in Caradinaval.
Fish
I never
pie.
gave you a full answer as to what happened at my party, did I?
No. I kind of left that part out.
Well, I mean, aside from most of the party retiring, it was just me and Tanya for a bit, and we were headed back down south to see my father when, well, the White Death found us. The dragon came from the
Oh.
sky, and it wiped us out, all of us. I woke up, well, I didn't. The dragon attack itself was dangerous, but then left some of us to suffer. And then starve. And, well, we didn't make it. A few days later, I woke up, laying in the snow, completely numb to the cold. The very kind old man kneeling above me. He only had the components for one person, so he picked one of us. He picked me. I don't know if that was the right choice.
That is not gonna even finish the sentence. She's just gonna lean over and wrap her arms around Celesta in a big old hug.
As you wrap your arms around me, I just very quietly start to cry. You know, I miss her sometimes. It's been a couple months now. But I don't know, when I'm out on the road, I don't think about it as much. I don't really get the chance to let it weigh in. Mostly because sometimes it feels like she's not even gone. You would have liked her. She was fearless and strong and drank more than anyone I'd ever met, even you. No, you do give her quite a run for her money. But do you remember those graves we found?
Yeah.
Well, those are our graves. Mine's there too.
So sorry that
I can't really
I at
hear you.
least say
Nessa.
Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry that happened to you guys. But if there's one thing I can say, I'm glad he brought you back, because otherwise, we wouldn't have met.
No, you're right. We wouldn't have met, would we?
And I'm glad I met you. This has been
Celeste,
a lot of
kind
fun.
Celeste kind of pulls away and looks you in the eyes for a minute. I'm glad I met you too. I just wish that Tanya could have met you too.
I mean, the spirit plane's really not that far away from ours. They could be watching at any time, really.
She would have gotten a laugh out of the Durgar and the ogre. She loved a good fight. Which is actually part of the reason why the rest of the party retired. Always got ourselves into a fight.
Yeah, it sounds a little bit like my old party. So, mostly Pan and, in essence, getting us into the fights. Make good connections in this line of work.
Very interesting connections.
Definitely.
At this point, like, Celeste is like kind of pulled away a little bit from the hug, and Nessa's still got her wrapped up in it. She's like,
Oh,
thank
yeah,
you for
yeah.
that."
And Nissa pulls away. You just looked like you needed it.
I did. Thank you.
Always here for hugs if you need them.
I will keep that in mind.
Cool. 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 Cool.
Very, very nice.
We should finish eating before this gets cold.
I'm already
Wait.
done. I can't eat anymore. Do you want the rest of my potatoes and fish?
More for me then, I guess. And Nessa is going to eat the remaining food on the table.
I need you to roll me a con save. There's a lot of food there.
It is a lot of food.
Luckily, I'm
Also,
really good
some
at
of it that you
content.
guys ordered for Thalia.
Well, no, Thalia's is
No,
still
it's
in
to
the
go
back.
It's to go back.
All right, at 15, you do get to eat all of the food, but you feel a little bit bloated. It feels a
That's
little bit
fine.
heavy.
That's fine.
It's very much the last slice of cake after you've eaten the rest of the cake, and you're just moving very slow, and you just like push it in your mouth and then swallow it. It's done. The challenge is complete.
And just a few minutes after you finish that last bite, you hear just from behind, from the middle of the bar, everybody line up for the drinking contest.
Let's go. You gonna be my good luck charm again, Lester?
What would you like for your reward?
Whatever you think I deserve.
Oh, that was such
And
a
that-
cop out.
It really was.
Kind of like closes her eyes and just. I'm sure I'll think of something.
Minus 3 points.
We had a lovely, like, heart-to-heart conversation, and you ruined it. You ruined the whole thing.
You ruined the
That was your
moment.
That's the thing to
moment.
do.
Like that was your
That
moment.
is a Nessa thing to do.
Oh,
She would ruin the moment. She
Yep,
totally
I know,
would.
that's bad. It's perfect.
All right. Are you ready for the first round of drinks?
I am going
Yes.
to stand directly behind Nessa the whole time. And also, I would like to put 5 gold on Nessa being the winner.
You putting down 5 gold, everybody else starts throwing down. The other drinkers start putting down a handful of coins themselves.
I imagine this is like the winner gets the pot. Like whoever
Yep.
bets on the winning pool splits the pot amongst themselves.
Yep.
Super simple.
All right. So you passed that drink. Let me just roll some dice here. Okay. And now,
Slurp it all down. Pound my tankard onto the counter with a satisfied sigh. Oh fuck.
ooh,
Ooh.
okay.
Ooh.
So
Shouldn't have pregame.
doing a free game. All right. So you have 1 level of buzz. I'll need you to keep track of that.
Alright. 1 level of buzz.
how many levels do you need before you're incapacitated? You can't. do
5.
this anymore? 5.
God, that's so many rolls.
Is everybody else drinking?
I know. It's just the
Whoop.
sounds.
Oh,
I
why is
accidentally got
Celeste
Celeste in there. You don't need a drink. I forgot to
Tell me
exit you out of that one. Oh, I forgot to exit you guys out.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm gonna roll it anyway. Might as well, right? Oh God.
You know, let's just roll Thalia's just because. Hey, Thalia beat it. Thalia asleep beat the drink DC.
It's the girl who's legitimately never drank alcohol.
Yep. Who's not even in the same building.
Like
I've got
to
2
this
levels
day,
now,
she's still
fuck.
every time she's handed alcohol, passes it to Sebastian, who also
Poor Nessa.
cannot drink.
All
I
right.
like to imagine Sebastian would drink if he could, and if he could drink, he would drink straight schnapps.
All right. So,
I feel like
Taylor, you are now at
Yeah,
level
level
of
2.
Buzz 2. You are drunk.
Got it.
How is she doing compared to the other people?
She's minus
well.
1 of them she has more stable footing than everybody else except for one.
Oh my god, is it the same dwarf from before?
It's the same dwarf.
It's the same dwarf!
He's back for round
He's
2.
back!
What's the perception?
Sorry. Well,
Oh.
I fucked that one up.
I rolled perception. Oops.
Yep. For whatever reason, it defaults to perception, even though that's not what I've selected. So I forgot to hit the button, and I forgot to minus people out again.
That's fine. I'll roll it again. Another 5. Perfect. It's good to know I would have lost the hell out of this.
Okay, and now I gotta roll for the people.
I may be drunk, but I'm not shit-faced yet.
All right, gnome hits the deck.
Yeah, of course the gnome hits the deck. Gnomes can hold their liquor. The only gnome who can properly hold his liquor is Scanlan.
He
The
can't
Scan Man.
properly hold his liquor. Do you remember that campaign? That man could not hold his liquor.
I didn't actually watch the campaign. I'm just watching through the animated show.
Wow. Another round.
Okay, the dwarf for round 2 is still standing steady. A commoner's it's almost hitting the table. just a human boy.
I'm just gonna lean over at
How old is this human
whisper,
boy? How
Hey.
old does he look?
19.
So barely old enough.
Oh, sorry, 22, because, drinking ages. He's 22.
They don't take
Have you
drinking,
seen
they're just
that
drinking
thing where it's like, when you go into a
Maybe 40.
fantasy bar and there's just a
Race and age.
recent age.
Valk,
Wait,
I
wait,
did
wait,
that in the
wait,
other
wait,
campaign.
barely-
did you?
Yes, I
That
did.
part?
I think it was before you jumped in. But yes, I did do that at one point.
You know what's funny? Thalia is not technically old enough to drink based on her race.
I love it.
That's funny.
Because... Or actually, no, she is.
All right, the 22-year-old human hits the deck.
Dude, he's
Yeah.
barely a year younger than me. I'm only 23.
Bold of
This
you to assume
child
drinking
handles
is
liquor.
IQ
I'm
only
practically a
because
child.
it is important.
Oh, forgot to remove people again. You're
Alright,
consistent there, X.
Another 5. My consistent 5.
Celesta cannot hold liquor. Celesta literally
been-
just cannot hold her liquor.
Why do we think she doesn't drink very much?
Hey, X, if you were to be drinking, you would be wasted right now. You would be dead.
I am sloshed. I am at level 3. I am sloshed.
You are sloshed.
I'm gonna lean over into Nessa's ear and say, "You beat him last time. Are you going to fail this time? I've got actual money on you this time."
Jess is gonna slam her fist down on the table and he's like, no! I'm gonna win! Good at drinking!
Okay. So, unfortunately, our knight in shining armor hits the deck.
Oh, God.
With
Blame this
well, to be fair,
I'm gonna
to
blame
be
the
fair,
drinks I had before.
she won another commoner, another human who's mid-30s, also hits the deck, but the two dwarfs remain strong.
Damn those dwarves! Damn it!
And
This is where you ask for a consolation prize.
No.
Well, I can't.
she
I'm
won
passed the
drinking
fuck out.
contest. It just so happens that there were dwarves at the table.
And the one that tied with Daily the last time is the winner this round.
That motherfucker.
So he's looking pretty plastered.
Alright. I imagine everyone else is like cheering because they won the bets.
Hey, some people are cheering, some people are saying "damn." It just, there's mixed opinions.
They put it on the paladin. Because I did so well last time.
Well, some put it on the paladin, some split it between the two dwarves. And nobody bet on only the gnome bet on the gnome.
Of course, the gnome bet on himself.
Nobody else did.
That gnome probably is Scanlan.
He's got Scanlan vibes, I'll give him that.
He's got Scanlan vibes.
Alright, now I have to figure out how to get Nessa home. I didn't think this through.
How to defeat the drow?
The drow? You mean the dwarf? The dwarf who just kicked your ass at a drinking game?
I know, they went 2 more rounds, or 3 more rounds after Daily passed out.
I'm gonna sit and wait for Daly to come back to consciousness as I realize I'm not gonna be able to carry her out of here.
Hey, the one dwarf drags the other dwarf out of the inn, and the rest of the people start, cleaning up the other people who passed out. And the owner looks at you sitting next to the passed out Nessa. Do you need a hand here?
Do you have any cold water?
Could get a handful of snow.
Honestly, I could do that. I'll be right back. I'm gonna walk out and grab.
Oh no.
I'm gonna grab an icicle hanging off the building, and I'm just gonna walk up behind Nessa and just start tickling the back of her neck with the icicle, melting it down into her armor.
Roll me Constitution.
Constitution saving throw?
Yeah. You're out.
Completely out. Okay, I'm just gonna shove the whole icicle down the back of her shirt and wait for her to wake up. Any minute now.
Roll me a D6.
Me?
Daily.
Oh, damn.
Flash roll, right?
Yep, /roll or /R space 16. Okay, it takes solid 6 minutes before she groans awake. And
You're still drunk,
Make
by
it to
the
the
way.
finals.
No hangover yet. You're still drunk.
yeah, you
Wait, I'm still drunk.
essentially at this point you are plastered.
I'm gonna turn to
okay.
the guy running in. Can I have a drink for the road? I need to get it home.
Hey,
The drink's for me, by the way.
yeah, we can
I
get.
know it's last.
Your hair is pretty.
We'll get you a drink. You need some help getting Sleeping Beauty somewhere?
I would appreciate your help getting her across the street.
Hey,
They give us free room and board because we brought back their lantern.
hey, he hands you one of the mugs from the drinking contest and just picks up Daily over his shoulder. Just,
I'm going to drink the mug as fast as I can and put it down and make my Constitution saving.
yep, let's make
Watch
you con
you
save.
fail.
I would
I'm
laugh.
gonna fail.
Here, I'll request it from you.
I got it.
Hey, you held it down.
I'm 19, completely unbothered by the drinks I actually drink.
Yep.
I'm gonna also pick up the to-go order of food, and I'm gonna lead the way across the street.
Man struggles a little bit carrying Daly and all of her armor across the street, but for the most part, gets across the street just fine. Alright, where are we taking her?
Just right in here, and I'm gonna unlock the door and open it up for her. For him.
Hey, he's gonna go in, he's just gonna dump Nessa on the bed.
Thank you very much.
Hey,
I really appreciate the help.
hey, no worries. Hope to see you again.
Oh, we'll certainly be back when we get the chance.
He's gonna pat you on the shoulder and he's just gonna walk back to his establishment.
I'm gonna close the door and then put my hands
but
on
I
my
think it
hips.
should smell like blueberry.
What was that?
Your hair! Your hair smells like blueberry.
It does? I'm gonna smell my hair. It does not smell like blueberries.
That's a
It's-
pretty
it-
color, but it would be cool if it smelled like blueberry. I like
Um,
blueberry.
I'm glad you
There
like.
used to be blueberries to this berry I had. I wonder what happened to it.
I'm going
also-
to let Nessa drunkenly ramble while I take my pack off and my heavy cloak and stuff, and I'm just down to like my very simple dress. And I'm gonna walk over to her and be like, you need to get out of your armor now.
Well, first,
Oh no.
Am I gonna
All right.
pass out of my armor?
well, that's what that check was. Every minute, you're going to need to make that check.
To see if I
Come on,
pass
get
out?
of your armor.
Yep.
I'm gonna
I
help.
don't
I'm gonna
want to.
slowly help Nessa get out of her armor. Wait, you don't want to?
She's going to do it, but she's going to complain about it the entire time like a child.
Okay. And as like I'm helping you get your boots and stuff off, I'm like, why do I love this idiot?
She's like she's trying to unbuckle like the buckles that hold her chest plate in place. And she's like, I can't do it. I can't do the buckle.
I've got the buckle. I just need to, here we go. I'm gonna unbuckle it and then okay, you need to pull it off because I can't lift it off.
She is just gonna pull it off. She's gonna wobble a little bit and then set it down.
All right, we get her
There,
out of her armor.
stop.
I will be right back. The child is still awake, so I gotta go check on him.
You go check on the child.
Check on the child.
I get the
will
armor
take
off
care of
and
the
I
child.
immediately pass out back into the bed again.
I like the idea that you unstrap the chest plate and it falls on the bed, and then you fall on the chest plate.
Oh, no.
Yes, yes.
So she's still in her Gamberson?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna strip her heavy gauntlets and gloves off of her and move in like very like as much strength as it takes to just like roll her over, get the chest beats out from under her, and like roll her into a position where she'll be comfortable in bed. And then just like
Honestly, Nessa could be comfortable in any position. Nessa has slept in very, very rough conditions and still slept fine.
I guarantee
It doesn't
she's
matter
slept
what
in the
position.
alleyway at least twice. One day her
Well,
mom
just the number
found
of
her on
times
the
that-
porch, like literally draped over the banister on her porch.
Probably. See, I don't think ever in the alleyway. Alleyway wouldn't be a thing that Nessa would do. No, it would just be she couldn't
the
quite make
street,
it through
though,
the
yeah.
door. She couldn't open and unlock and open the door, so she just passed out on the porch.
I get her kind of all covered up and stuff, and I'm just gonna stand there for a minute and be like, and just like think about my decisions in life that have led me to this moment, and think about that moment of like feelings that I had for her that is now currently like very distant. Just be like,
Yes, I will make it.
why do I love you? Is it because you're like a puppy? I think it's because you're like a puppy. Anyways, I'm going to bed.
Nessa
and I'm
here is
gonna
hearing.
leave-
Nessa this.
Nope.
How much of this is Nessa gonna remember is the question.
I had none.
Barely.
You don't even remember waking
Yeah,
up in the. You don't even remember waking back up in the hook, line, and sinker.
As far
Oh my
as
gosh,
you
so
know,
I'm gonna wake up and I'm like, wait, last I remember it was drinking contest. What the fuck happened?
It's more like, where am I?
This is where I'm gonna roll a dice to see if I stay in Nessa's room or not. I stay in Nessa's room.
Well, I was gonna say, do you want to flip your you want to flip your new coin?
Oh, what's that do?
I mean, you could just flip it to consider that heads or tails.
Actually, yes, I am going to flip my coin to see if it's heads or tails.
Okay. Which side are you wanting to be? We will assume, for the sake of simplicity's sake, the star is head, the loot is tails. Which side are you calling in the air?
Heads I stay, tails I leave.
All right, that's /R B2, 1 being heads. It is a tails, but as you flip the coin, it seems to dematerialize in the air.
Does it come back down?
Nope, it is turned to dust.
What the fuck does that mean? Helly, what did you make me do?
Hey, don't worry, it'll make sense soon.
Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. I don't do like forced you have to be asleep by this time. Just you have to be like quiet in your room. But he's never up this late.
We understand. Gremlins be gremlins.
I just flipped the coin, Valk. Am I going to die?
Yes. No, you're not.
Wow.
No,
No.
not even
No,
a
you're
beat.
not.
Even a beat. Oh lord.
Did you expect
Well,
one?
did I see it land on tails before it disappeared?
Yes.
Or did I not? I could tell it was tails before it disappeared.
You could tell it was tails before it disappeared.
Well, that's ominous, foreboding, and now I suddenly don't want to leave. I definitely just did the thing where I flip a coin and then realized halfway through the air which decision I actually wanted to make, and then suddenly the coin was gone. I was very concerned and confused, and now I really don't want to be alone.
So why did you flip the coin?
To see if you wanted to leave after the trouble of disrobing Nessa from her armor as she passed out.
So is Nessa gonna remember that Celeste admitted her feelings?
Nope.
Well,
Nope. Not at all.
I was say, she's gonna remember up until about drink 4 of the drink contest.
That tracks.
All right.
She's gonna be so angry that those dwarves beat her when
going
she
to
wakes
stay-
up in the morning.
I am going to stay in the room because the coin disappeared when it was on tails, and that sounds ominous to me. So I'm just, the way I'm thinking it through, the logic of it is, if the coin disappeared on tails, then that, in my head, is the decision I shouldn't make. And so I'm just going to get into my PJs, as it were, the night slip, and just crawl into bed with Nessa.
All right. And at this point, everybody's asleep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I get to roll my favorite table. Get this one. And as per custom in towns, you guys are woken up in the middle of the day, the middle of the morning, to a very familiar voice at this point. And we got local miners in the town of Bryn Shred have been looking for help getting some lost metal after fleeing from a Yeti attack.
Oh,
Oh, we
Burden
know
Schrader,
this.
guys.
And also, Axe, as you wake up, you do notice a coin has appeared in your hand.
I'm going to be like sit up very quickly in bed and like look at the coin.
It
I'm gonna check. Is it the same coin?
it looks, it has the same markings, the same depth. It looks to be the exact same coin.
What are you? I'm just gonna be looking at the coin as Nessa. Does Nessa wake up to the sound of the man screaming in her skulls?
Give me a Constitution's. Hey there, Dale. Here, I will request from.
I
Already got it. All right, with 21, hey, I'd say you're awake. But
I'm awake, but my head hurts.
oh yeah, I need
Not
you.
just your head, Daily. This is your head, your eyes, your muscles, your
Your
bones,
everything.
your soul.
Why does he gotta be so goddamn?
And I need you to roll me a D12.
She gonna be sick.
Right.
Not too bad. 7
Oh.
hours.
Yep. All right.
I'm
So
hungover. 7
For-
hours.
for the
Lord.
for the next 7 hours, you are hungover, and you get for that time period, you get to add a nice D12 grog die. So,
Oh,
Is a
no.
dog die?
whenever you
Oh, no.
make an attack roll, ability check, or saving throw, you must roll the grog die. In conjunction with the D20, and if the grog die rolls an odd number, you subtract it. If it rolls an even number, you add it.
Oh god. It's actually pretty great. You have a 50-50 chance of it being good for you.
Lord. This is my life now.
For the next 7
I wonder
hours.
if I should cut back. I said, I
By
wonder
the way,
if I
Nessa,
should. She's gonna sit there and she's gonna have her arm draped over her eyes. She doesn't want to look at the light. It's too fucking bright. Like, I should stop. Hey, Dionysus still disown me if I stop.
you cut out there, Daily.
Oh, she's got one arm draped over her eyes because light's too damn bright. And she's like, maybe I should stop drinking. Do you think Dionysus would disown me if I stopped drinking?
You probably would. And it's at this moment
Why?
that Nessa realizes that Celesta is here.
Oh yeah, no, I guess she wouldn't know. I guess she was just talking to herself.
Yep.
Where she's gonna like her arm's gonna drop down. She's gonna open her eyes to look up at Celesta, and then she's gonna groan because the light's too fucking bright, and close her eyes again. She's like, "Did you have to carry me back over here?"
No, the bartender did it. I did have
He
to
didn't
help you
do
get
it
out
in
of the
some-
armor.
He didn't do it in some sissy fashion like Princess Carrie or anything, right?
No, it was more like he threw you over his shoulders like a lost comrade.
Okay. Good.
It wasn't.
Wait, you
dignified.
undressed me?
And Q beat red.
I mean, I only got you out of your armor, and you were kind of awake for it, mostly. I just didn't want you to sleep in your half plate.
Yep. That makes total sense. Yeah. Yep.
I
Yep.
left
Yep.
your
Yep.
gambit
And
on.
that's
I
the-
know you sleep in it.
She's just bright red, and she's just gonna work on getting herself dressed, and that is literally all she's gonna do now.
At this point, Celesta is going to look at her and be like, just gonna watch her be bright red for a minute and be like, this isn't even the first time this has happened to you.
Wait, what?
At this point, Celesta's gonna put her hand over her mouth and look at you and realize that you don't remember the last time this happened. I mean,
And at this point, Thalia is gonna come into your door with Sebastian following her and ended up in the same bed last night?
Celesta with the craziest bedhead sitting on the bed with a coin in her hand, looking beet red with her hand over her mouth, with Nessa sitting there grumbling and putting on her boots, also beet red.
She's not grumbling, she's just dead silent. She's dead silent, and she has read past her ears, down likely past her freaking neck. All red.
Tomato.
Tomato.
Yes?
Well, it's about time you guys ended up in bed together.
I'm told it's apparently not the first time.
At this point, Celesta is turning bright red. She's like, okay, let's make something abundantly clear. We slept together, but we did not sleep together.
Well, that's
We
good.
slept together,
And Sebastian is just watching this whole thing.
staring directly at me.
Nessa's gonna glare at Sebastian. Nessa's gonna flash a glare at Sebastian now that she knows.
Look, we slept together. We slept together, but it's not what you think. Okay, there's an explanation. It involves a magical coin toss and a drinking game. And I'm realizing how insane that sounds, right, as I say it.
I'm sure.
No, seriously, the coin. I tossed it and I stayed and it disappeared and now it's back and it's right here. And I didn't. The clothes stayed on the entire night. Nothing is going on. There's nothing. Nothing happened. I did lose 5 gold in a bet, but you know, I guess that makes sense. We got you food. It's in the. I look over to, like, I imagine there's like a little like fridge or something in the room with literally just a box that is attached to the outside.
Yeah.
Nice box.
It's in the ice box. We got you food. It's in the ice box.
There's a handful of complimentary drinks in there.
Yeah, at this point I'm like looking at Sebastian and I'm realizing that my father can see everything and exactly what direction his mind is taking with this. Oh god.
1 second.
I mean, okay. I'm just going to get ready now. And I'm gonna go over and start getting ready. Absolutely ready at this point.
I'm imagined by this point Nessa's probably done, like, dressing and organizing her stuff. And she's just gonna be like, see ya out there and leave.
And
Go
as
find coffee to deal with this damn hangover.
as Nessa walks out, she gets to witness the barmaid fight.
Is that in this inn?
That-
thought that was the
Oh
other-
no, that's right. That is the other end. My apologies. I forgot you guys moved in.
Wait,
My-
the barmaid fight happens in the hook, line, and sinker?
Yes, it happened last time you guys were there.
Wait, was that the hook, line, and sinker?
Yes.
Yep. Every morning.
Well, I came here. Was wondering if you guys wanted your cards read this morning before we start our day.
Wait, did that count as a long rest? And I no longer disadvantaged on.
I removed your curse.
Okay.
Yes, I would like a distraction. Fantastic. I'll take it.
The
as
will
I
they,
like
won't they.
put on all
It's
my
so
overalls,
good.
my heavy, hot, warm weather clothes, and we're heading towards the front of the inn. As I step by, Sebastian just puts a hand on my shoulder, looks at me, and gives me a thumbs up. And I shit you not, I slap him and then walk out the room.
So no card ratings.
We're gonna do it at the bar where there's coffee and pancakes.
Alright. Thalia will follow you down to the bar.
Nessa's already sitting there, already having gone through her first cup of coffee and on her second.
Celesta's gonna sit right next to Nessa and say, "I'll have coffee black, please." Actually, do you have a strong breakfast tea? Like a really strong breakfast tea, maybe a little bit of whiskey in it?
No breakfast tea, but I can throw some ale and a coffee.
I will... any bourbon or whiskey? Something stronger?
I might be able to get out some bourbon.
Thank
Little
you, I'll
hair
take
of the
that.
dog this morning.
I don't want to talk about it. Actually, I kind of do want to talk about it, but I don't know the right person to talk about it with.
You know you can tell me anything. I'll only tease you a little.
Okay, well, and I'm gonna look over at Nessa, who's currently drinking coffee.
Sebastian is coming down, and Sebastian's coming into
the
view.
Coffee.
Sebastian leans into view and gives me another thumbs up. Okay. I mean, okay. In our last adventure, we used to spend the night all curled up together for warmth. And so I get restless when I sleep without someone there. And so I just kind of... The first time this happened, it was like, I just couldn't sleep. I was having nightmares, and so I just decided to, join Nessa. I figured she wouldn't really remember it, but didn't realize how much... As I look over and realize Nessa's probably listening to this whole thing.
Nope, Nessa's zoned out entirely.
She is gone brain dead.
She's nursing her. She's just nursing her hangover, and she's dead to the world.
Nessa is currently undergoing, you know when in Call of Duty you get flashbanged and there's that ringing in your ears? That's Nessa's entire life right now.
And also, basically begging Dionysus for an explanation as to why.
And just
Specifically for the hangover.
After seeing that Nessa is in her own world, is going to turn back to Talia. I miss it. I miss Tanya, and Celesta just really reminds me of her, and it's only been a few months, but I mean, she would want me to move on. She would tell me to move on, and then probably give me a noogie and make me turn red again. And so I don't know. I've never felt like this. Torn between two people that I genuinely care about, but one of them is not around anymore. Does that make sense?
It does. And I have an uncomfortable question for you.
Oh, great. My favorite kind of question.
Is Nessa a replacement for Tanya? Or do you truly like Nessa because she's Nessa?
I'm just gonna roll a wisdom saving throw here.
Yeah, that's...
I'm gonna say
My
that
question,
passed.
does Dionysus respond to my silent prayers as to why I must get hangovers?
You get nothing. And
Of course, the bastard!
What do you expect from the god of revelry?
I'm having a moment here. Celeste just thinks for a minute and like looks down at her hands and goes, I don't know. They're different. They're very different, but they're also very similar, you know, and I don't know. Maybe I am just trying to replace Tanya. But is that so bad? Is it so bad to want to? I don't know.
Why are you drinking?
It's not. It's not bad at all. And it's not bad to have a type. Your type appears to be drunk girls.
I don't know why, but when they're strong and they drink and they're kind of sassy, I like it. It's just.
And that's okay.
What is fishy?
Be quiet. What's
I
not
It's so
okay is it will never help you heal from losing Tanya if you keep looking for her in someone else. If you see qualities of her in someone else that you also admire and quite like, that's fine. But don't put Nessa in the box of who Tanya was. Because that's not healthy. What is healthy is to love Tanya. You don't have to give up that love. You don't have to give up who she was to you and your relationship with her. But you're allowed to love more than one person. I promise your heart is big enough for more than just one person.
Celeste just kind of like quietly nods and then turns to her coffee and takes a deep, deep sip of her coffee. You know, I've kind of kept Nessa at a weird space, like an arm's length, but not really. Because I've been scared, you know? Just frightened of the idea that I guess now that you've put it into words, the idea that I'm just trying to replace Tanya. But you're right. I don't have to replace her.
I'm not entirely sure how you lost Tanya, but if it was a tragic accident or an unfortunate situation, it's 100% reasonable to be scared. It's 100% reasonable to be scared to open yourself up again. And in some cases, it's healthy to be scared to open up again. But at some point, you're going to need to trust yourself. So at the end of the day, you have to keep going forward. There's something my mom used to say to me was, today might suck, but the sun rises yellow tomorrow. We don't know anything in this life. Nothing's guaranteed. Our next breath isn't guaranteed in this life. But we are guaranteed that the sun rises tomorrow. Well, when we're not in Icewind Dale, anyway.
Well, we're not really guaranteed the sun will rise tomorrow. Maybe they'll find what they need and black the sun out. Ironically. I'm kind of starting to agree with my father, though. There's only two things that are guaranteed in this life, and that's death and taxes.
But even death isn't guaranteed, as frankly, there's like 15 different spells to bring you back from the dead. And
That's bad.
I don't remember the last time I paid taxes. I lived in the woods my
Yeah,
whole
do we
life. What
pay
taxes do I
taxes?
pay?
Yeah, he was always kind of full of shit. Anyways, at this point, like, as Nessalina is like, do we pay taxes? You didn't hear anything else of that conversation, right? That was kind of just me.
I heard
telling
death
you.
and taxes, and I just realized I don't even. Who would even pay the taxes to? I'm trying to think, like, back in Oakhurst, and it's like there's not really a mayor of Oakhurst. They kind of just, it's a big old community, and so it's like, if there were anyone to pay the taxes to, who would they pay the taxes to?
Wait, you're telling me that Oakhurst is a communist commune?
Nah, they pay taxes to Neverwinter.
Okay.
Do they pay taxes in Neverwinter? Did my parents never tell me about paying taxes? Why did I never learn about paying taxes?
Because you never had an income to pay taxes on.
Because whatever income went to you through the church, your church, or whatever, the taxes were deducted.
From the guard. No, she
From the
worked for the
Melissa,
guard,
yeah.
so she is the tax dollars at work.
Thalia,
The tax.
Thalia's gonna lean closer to Celeste and kind of speak under her breath. And when it comes to Nessa, I have a feeling she's kind of dumb. You might need to make the first move when you're ready.
Trust me, I've tried.
With less subtlety. You want to be about as subtle as a rock slide.
I mean, fair enough. Anyways, we still have work to do. We have to get the this. Are we gonna try and sell the iron here, or should we try and sell it somewhere else?
Isn't that what that guy was talking about this morning? People looking for iron?
Yeah, I get the feeling that is the one that we found out there. From the goblin fellas, not the I've got goblins on my mind for some reason. The dwarven fellas in Cardon Deniship.
Bryn Schreider.
Sorry, Bryn Schreider. Fuck me.
It's down there.
We should take it back to Bryn Shander. As much as I detest the Black Irons, it is their material, and they likely will pay us in falsified coins and or gems. Just knowing them, they're going to try and screw us over at some point, so we might as well get it over with.
Can we end it here for the night? I have crying for me. I don't know how long it'll take to come
Oh.
down.
I'll say if you guys were talking about doing card pulls, we can either do that now or we can save that for next time if you still wish to card pull.
Let's save that for
Let's
the beginning
start
of
the next session.
Yeah.
All right. So that will do it for us here this evening, everybody. I would like to thank you all for tuning in and watching the video if you do. And we will see you all next time.
Good night.
Later, boys, girls, and squirrels.